Hello and welcome to class. This is our very first Pilates Strong 5-week series. Thank you so much for joining me either live or on the replay. For today's workout and the next 5 weeks workout, you're going to need just a pair of light weights. I'm using 5-pound weights. Feel free to use lightweight, either anywhere from 1 or I guess I don't know they make one, but 2 to 5 pounds. I wouldn't recommend anything more than that. Again, we're doing lightweight to build strength, just body weight and a little bit of an intensity check with the weights. All right. Other than that, grab your water, grab a yoga mat if you're going to use it. This class is a 15-minute class that's going to include warm up and cool down. So we're actually going to start right on the floor on your mat. So head down and get nice and cozy. I'm going to go ahead and teach you from a basic beginner portion of our Pilates and using our Pilates breath. I'm going to teach you how to do that so you can have a more effective workout just by breathing good quality breaths. All right, so right now we're going to set our feet are firmly down onto your mat or on the floor. We're going to take our hands, bring them below the knees. That's going to be here for support. And then everything else, we're going to sit up nice and tall, lifting the chest, shoulder blades, slight tension in between that. We're going to do what's called a C curve or C spine for a warm up for the back of the body. So what you're going to do is take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to tuck the chin in. You're going to round your spine. You're going to come down slowly into that C spine curl. Hold, inhale, exhale, and we're going to rise up. You can even use your hands to lift you back up. Do that again. Inhale, exhale into the C spine, tucking the chin, rounding the spine. Hold this position. Feel the work in the abdominals. Inhale, exhale, and coming back up again into a nice, good posture with shoulder blades back and down. We're doing that a few times. Inhale, exhale out through the mouth. Hold, inhale, exhale all the way back up. Now you can go at your own pace. I'm going to keep it as slow. Exhale, hold, inhale, exhale, coming up. Now, for those of you who are a little bit more advanced, you can remove the hands, keep them straight out in front of you, thumbs up. You're going to do that same move. Exhale, we lower down halfway or so, and then we're going to hold, inhale, exhale, and rise up. Big difference, right? If you remove the hands, sit up nice and tall, coming down, tucking the chin, making sure you feel that work in the abdominals and use the abdominals to rise back up. We're just going to do one more here. Inhale, exhale. I want you to hold at the bottom. Now, place your hands underneath your legs. We're going to lower down one vertebrae at a time until your head reaches the mat. All right, bring your feet slightly in, pressing firmly down onto your mat. All right, here comes the Pilates breath. Hands are going to be right on the belly. You're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale out through the mouth, you're going to imagine you're trying to blow out a candle. Hello. Inhale. Exhale out through the mouth. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'm going to teach you how to do what we call pressing the lower back down into the mat on the exhale. So we call that imprint. So inhale. As you exhale out through the mouth, you're going to imprint, which means pressing the lower. Hopefully can't see this. Let me scoot down. You're going to lower your back to the mat in what we call like a pelvic tilt. Now you're going to inhale to expand the chest. Your lower back's going into neutral spine. It's on the exhale, we pelvically tilt tailbone comes up to the ceiling, and then we press the lower back down. That's really big in Pilates. And then come back and an inhale to release the lower back into neutral spine. All right, so let's practice doing that. So hands on the belly, because we want to get as much air in as we can in the belly and the chest. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow out your candle. Imprint, pelvic tilt. Inhale, and then it releases the lower back. So play around with this. Again, go at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to release the lower back. Exhale to engage the abdominals. All right, let's do one more all together. Inhale. Exhale. All right, you can come right back into neutral spine. All right, we just did our first Pilates breath. You're going to be incorporating that throughout the moves today, and I'll help coach you through that. Now, the rest of the body plays a big role in Pilates, of course, and I do want to touch base on that. So right now, we're going to bring our knees up into what's called tabletop. So you're going to take your hands right at your side. Now, just by doing that, I want you to push your shoulders away from your ears as if you're trying to reach for your ankles. That's big in exercise in general, but you want to relax the shoulders and the neck. All right, so right now we're in neutral spine. We're going to go into tabletop, so go ahead and do that. Inhale. Exhale, pressing down lower back, lifting one knee up at a time. So our knees are in line with our toes in a 90-degree position. Now from here, you're going to bring your hands out to the side. We're going to call the next move what's called a sway. So you're using your breathing. We're already in tabletop in imprint. So we're engaging the abdominals and the lower back. You're going to bring your knees to one side at a time. So you're going to inhale first. Exhale, bringing the knees down towards one side. We're going to hold this position. You're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Hold. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. Now, the key is the breathing. So we're using our Pilates breath. We're holding to get a little more movement, or I should say lack of movement, but we're holding that place to really target those midsection muscles. And then we're using your abdominals to bring your knees back in towards center. Now make sure as you bring your knees back in, you're still in tabletop. You're lifting your hip off the mat. You feel a stretch in the hip area. And coming back to center. Again, inhale. Exhale, blow out your candle. Hold that position. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. Now, for those of you who are more advanced, a quick, simple move here. You're just going to go down deeper into your sway. So your knees come lower to the floor, coming back to center. You'll feel a deeper stretch into the hip area. This is a great warm-up for that, as well as the lower back with our twist. Let's do one more each side. Inhale, exhale, hold, inhale, exhale. Last one on the one side. Breathing in, exhaling, coming back to center. And place your feet onto your mat. All right, we're going to come up into a ball here. Inhale. Exhale, bringing your knees in towards your chest, coming in, holding, rounding of the spine, tucking the chin in. All right, you're going to keep your right knee, I'll start with my right knee, and then lower back down. So we do another type of stretch here. Now I'm going to angle this, pointing the toes. So a slight pull in. You're going to inhale, exhale, and switch. You're going to get tired of me saying inhale and exhale. But again, just because this is a new type of strengthening for our bodies, we need to learn the proper breathing techniques until it becomes a habit, right? A new routine, a new way to exercise. So for many who have never done Pilates before, that's going to be something that they're going to have to get used to. So the more I say it, the better it's going to be ingrained in your brain. So inhale, exhale, we switch. Another kind of way to remember it is that we always exhale on the movement part. So as we're holding, we typically inhale, and the movement we typically exhale. Now that's not always the case, depending on the move. Sometimes our movements go into a flow where we go into one move and directly into another where there's really not enough time to inhale. That's a little different. And you would just change the breathing pattern when we get to that. We're not getting to that today, so no worries. This is just basic movements here. All right, so back to the movement itself. If you want to work a little bit harder here, for those of you who are more advanced, you're going to lower your leg and then switch. So notice how the parallel, you're getting right down towards the floor. And then notice the abdominals. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one each side. Inhale, exhale. All right. Bring both feet in together. We're going to lift head, neck, and shoulders up. Come into that ball and hold. All right. Release down. Feet back onto the floor. We're going to warm up the back of the body. So feet firmly down, which means all four corners are firmly onto your mat or on the floor. The next thing is your hands are at your side. You're reaching towards your ankles to release the neck and relax the shoulders. Pressing firmly, we're going to go to imprint. Let's start with that. Inhale. Exhale, imprint. The abdominals are engaged. We're going to go into a glute bridge. We're lifting up our hips towards the ceiling. We're going to hold. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower down one vertebrae at a time, starting from closest to the neck all the way down to the tailbone, and then we release the lower back. So inhale into imprint. Up and lift, like we're peeling off the floor. And then we're going to hold, pressing your feet down. Inhale. One vertebrae at a time. Again, starting from the neck area, coming down. You're still in an imprint position until the last thing is the tailbone, and then you're into neutral spine. Do you feel that more in the pelvic area? Inhale. Imprint. Tailbone up to the ceiling. We peel off all the way up, making sure you're pressing your feet firmly down. Inhale. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Back into a neutral spine. Let's do that a few more times. Again, you can go at your own pace. However, as long as you are feeling the movement into the lower back, into the glutes, we are also working our hamstrings and calves. However, those are secondary to our core. Your core muscles are made up for the entire back. The glutes, the abdominals, and the pelvis ties everything together. So those are the primary muscle groups we're going to be working for the next 5 weeks so we can get nice and strong. All right, let's just do one more if you're following my pace. Inhale. Exhale, we imprint. We're peeling off the mat all the way up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, coming down one vertebrae at a time. All right, we're going to do a nice little stretch here, extending the legs, arms up over the head. Feel a good stretch. Reaching up towards either side of the room. All right, bring our feet back into our standard position, which is knees bent, feet firmly down. Let's go ahead and place the hands behind our head nice and gently. Now, I'm not clasping the hands. Really important not to do so. My fingertips are further away, and that's what's going to protect the neck. So we're going to do basic crunches here. We already know the breathing pattern, so go ahead, take a deep breath in. To go into imprint, and then we're going to lift up into a basic crunch. We're going to hold this position. Inhale. Exhale, we lower down back into neutral spine. So inhale, imprint, and then lifting up the head, neck, and shoulders, and then holding, and then coming down. Notice how it kind of simultaneously with the lower back and neutral spine, and as you come up, the lower back already goes to the mat. We want that. That's how we get a stronger midsection when you do the proper mechanics. Inhale, exhale, we imprint, tailbone up to the ceiling, and then we crunch, we hold. Feel the work in the abdominals. Inhale, exhale, we come down, and then our lower back goes into neutral spine. So we can do this a little faster if you choose to. Again, but for this series here, it is a beginner series. So I do my moves nice, slow, and control to feel the muscles working and making sure we're doing it correctly. Now the rest of the body, making sure all four corners of your feet are firmly down. Using your Pilates breath. So let's go ahead and practice that again. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, and you're blowing out your candle. Inhale. Exhale. Last couple here. You really should be feeling this, right? It doesn't take much, but these moves are simple yet super effective. All right, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Now we're actually going to take our hands from here. We're going to pulse. So chin tucked. We're going to pulse these in a 4 count. Ready, set, go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Do that again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. I'm going to teach you a new breathing pattern. It's called a staccato breath. Now on the pulses, you're going to exhale every time. So it goes hold, inhale, exhale, pulse, and breathe. Hold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, pulse. Hold. Place the hands behind the head and then coming down and extending the arms and legs. We're going to go ahead and move on to a change of position onto a side lying. All right, bending at the knees. I'm going to roll to one side. All right, so we're going to go ahead and work a change in a muscle group. We did a lot of abdominal work right there. We're going to go ahead and work the outer hip, outer thigh, and the glute area. So for this position here, you have options for the necks. I typically keep my arms straight. You can bend at the elbow, or you can even come up like that, okay? The rest of the body, we lift the chest, slight tension between our shoulder blades. We embrace the belly. We're going to keep the bottom knee soft. I'm making sure I'm not hitting my water bottle. The top leg is going to extend, and we're going to flex the foot. All right, so lifting the chest. I'm going to keep my elbow back here. That's going to remind me to lift the chest. We're going to do basic leg raises. So inhale, exhale, and down. So this move here is going to be a little bit faster. We're not going to add that hold at the top. So this will be an example of our breathing that changes. So you inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Now, remember on the exhale, it's the Pilates breath. So we blow out through the mouth to engage the deep muscles into our abdominals. So important when it comes to Pilates. It's not really a normal breath. You want to actually engage here. And sometimes I'll have my clients place their hand on their belly so you can feel the breathing on this movement. So let's practice it. So inhale, exhale. Do you feel that? It kind of, contracts. That's when you're burning all of that, that fat in that area. You're stimulating some things, you're increasing your blood circulation in this area that tends to be just kind of enclosed in. So we want to expand that and do the best we can. All right, we're feeling this out here. We should be. Let's just do a couple more. And ready, hold, release. Do you feel that release right around the glute area? Again, a simple move, simple but effective. We're going to add on to just the glute area. So you're going to lift the leg, bend at the knee. Now watch, you're going to angle so the ankle comes up more towards the ceiling. You're going to tap the floor with the knee and then going to push away. So here it is again, coming down, tap, and then push towards the rear. So coming down and tap, and then pushing away. So inhale, exhale, coming down, and then extending it away. So we have a nice good stretch here at the glutes, and then we push away. Do you feel this in that meaty part of the glute? Down. We're just going to do a couple more here, and then we're going to switch sides. Inhale, exhale, tap, and release. Do that again. Inhale, exhale, coming down. Ready? Here comes that release, coming and done. All right, a little bit of arm strength here. You're going to place one hand, you're going to press, so you do a little bit of a tricep. 1, 2, 3, lift your body weight up, and then we're just going to come around to the other side. So I go a little bit faster here, extending the arm, or prefer what you would like. The rest of the body, make sure to reset. So shoulder blades back, lifting the chest, bracing the belly, and then our foot is flexed. And we're going to start with our basic singles. So inhale, exhale. Now, if I was right there, I would like to hear the breathing. Now, I know, again, like I said in the beginning, it takes some time to get used to, but I promise you, you'll get better results when you're breathing deeper, right? So inhale, exhale. That strong exhale breath makes truly a difference when it comes to Pilates and yoga, and frankly, a lot of other exercises. Inhale. And so as a reminder, sometimes you need to place the hand on the belly to really feel those muscles contracting. That's when you know you're working them right. And we're going to do a couple more here. And release. Now, every time I say release, you should actually feel that tension that was building up kind of dissipate through the rest of the body. That's when you know you're hitting the right number of reps. And some people like to know, well, how many reps are you doing? I'm not counting. However, I'm typically around the 8 to up to 15 reps. And that's going to be different depending on the exercise. All right, so now we're going to work the glutes. So we're going to lift up, hold, bending at the knee, angling it, and then we tap down and release, pushing back. Inhale, exhale, tap, and pushing away. Inhale, exhale, down, and pushing back. The angle is key in this move here. So it may be challenging for some. However, this is a great exercise for the pelvis, for the hip. And we talked about that. We said our pelvis is one of our core strengthening muscles. So this is a great way to help mobility into our hip area, which frankly, I think we all need anyway. So down and up. We're just going to do a couple more here. Down and push away. Last two. Last one. And ready for that release? That tension's built up. Dropping the leg. There's the release. All right, take this hand. We do a little bit of a push up here. 1, 2, 3. Push palm down, coming up. All right. So we were on our back for pretty much the whole time. I'm going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to learn the proper position for when we're on all fours. Great time to grab a drink if you need to. Readjust yourself and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same. Okay, so when we go into all fours, there's lots of ways to do so depending on the move itself. So we're just going to go into a standard position here just to kind of understand how to do it. And I promise you, I'm going to teach you the right way so you won't have issues ever again. And then you know you're doing the move correctly. So your hands are going to go into shoulder width apart and your fingertips are spread out. You want that because when you put your upper body weight here, you want to distribute the weight from the palms to the fingertips. In fact, this is hard to see probably from where you are, but my fingertips are actually slightly bent. Here's a reference. I'm going to stop 1 second. If you ever see anyone doing handstands, gymnasts particularly, look at their fingertips. For the most part, you could probably just see them bent, like really firmly down, because they're taking the brunt off the wrist and distributing it to the palm and into the fingertips, which is why we spread our fingertips out. Okay, so let's try that. Hands underneath your shoulders, pressing down firmly, and our body weight is kind of going to the front and the back. Now, the eyes are looking at your yoga mat. Of course, you're looking at me, but at the time, once we start going, your eyes are going to look at the edge of your yoga mat. That's going to protect your neck. Now, the rest of the body, you're going to engage the abdominals like we always have. You're going to press down firmly. You're going to move your shoulder blades away from the spine. That's going to help you take your tailbone, position it where it needs to be, and the abdominals. Okay, so from here, we're going to go ahead and do some shoulder taps. So you're going to release one arm. Oh, let me make this. My knees are a little bit further away. I apologize. I didn't say that before. My knees are further away, hip distance apart. So we're going to release one hand and we're going to alternate. A very simple, well, it's not necessarily simple. I don't want to say simple, but the move itself is simple, but it won't feel simple. So something like this, right? So our core is engaged. You can kind of feel the midsection working. However, for those who want more intense of a midsection working, you're going to take your hands forward. Now watch, you're going to drop your hips. So we're in a modified plank here. And you're going to do that same move again as we alternate bringing our hands to the shoulders. You're going to feel this work into the arms, which is secondary from what our core is, and then the midsection, of course, right? Let's do a few more of these. Inhale, exhale. All right, last one. Now come back into all fours. If you brought your hands to the front, you're going to bring them back to your shoulders. Here's a great upper body strengthening movement for the triceps. You're going to bring your triceps, your forearms down to the mat, and then you're going to rise up, pressing the palms and fingertips. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, lowering down and rising up. Now squeeze your elbows in towards together, coming down and rising up. Do you feel this in the back of the arms? Down. This becomes my class Pilates strong. You typically would not see a move here. This is my little special bonus for you to do a triceps exercise. This essentially is a triceps modified push-up. Look at that. You're already doing it. Body weight strengthening. Down and up. Last one here. Coming down and rising. Now takes the pressure off the arms, shoulder rolls. All right, how are we doing? Shake it out. A little bit, like I said, a little bit of a bonus there. That's something that you typically wouldn't always see in Pilates. However, I'd like to incorporate some moves like that into our Pilates Strong series to make it a little more unique. All right, here we go. We're gonna take ourselves and do into a back work here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come down. Ready? We're just all together. Little bonus again. Take your hands out. We're going to lower down in a push-up type position. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Release the hands. All right, here we go. Back to some basic back strengthening work. So watch, your hands going to come up behind your palms up. We're going to go into a flight. So inhale. Exhale, we're going to lift up, shoulder blades coming towards the center. We're going to hold. Inhale. Exhale, coming down, lowering the chest. We're going to do that again. Inhale. Exhale, coming up. Feel the work in the entire back here. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down. All right, so making sure your abdominals are tight and embraced. Exhale. Here's a great way to build up back strength and protecting our shoulders from injury. So that's why I'm asking you to bring your shoulder blades in toward the center to open up the chest. And that, ladies, is great for your posture. Inhale. Exhale, up and lift. Squeeze, hold. Inhale. Exhale, coming back down. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale. Exhale, we lift. Eyes look ahead. Inhale. Exhale, coming back down. Let's just do that one more time. This feels really good. I hope it does for you as well. Again, it really opens up the chest. Hold, and then come down. Hands at your side. We're going to go into an up phase on that push-up. 3, 2, 1, all the way up. And in fact, we have a little bit of a stretch. Child's pose. You need to bring your knees out further, extending the arms, lowering your chest to the mat. Okay, we're moving on. So we're going to come and sit down into a L-sit position. One of my favorite moves for Pilates is called the saw. Saw, like S-A-W, saw. And you'll see why it's called that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your feet. Now, if you're using a yoga mat, this is a perfect position because that is where your feet are going to go on the outside. Or in other words, if you don't have a yoga mat, your hips, they're going to go slightly outside your hips. Okay? We're going to sit nice and tall. That's nothing that's new. Tighten the belly here. Now, our feet are flexed. My toes are to the ceiling. That's really important in this move here. So go ahead and do that now. Feel a good stretch underneath your legs. Now, but if you're struggling with trying to keep your knees bent or straight, excuse me, that's fine keeping them bent, especially for the move that we're about to do. But for right now, I'm going to imprint my back of the thighs on your mat. Okay. Arms out to the side, shoulder blades back and down. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to rotate, coming forward and sawing off your pinky toe. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale. We're going to rotate other side. Exhale. We saw off the pinky toe. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to center. All right, let's do it again. Inhale. Rotate, exhale. Now, the rotate and reaching forward is not coming from the shoulders. It's coming from the midsection. So, or actually more so of the waist. Now watch. I'm rotating. I'm coming forward. Rotating, coming forward. Now, here is the wrong way to do it. You're going to rotate and you're trying to reach from the shoulders. Look at my shoulders. The proper way, shoulder blades back and down. Okay, really important here. It's coming from the midsection. If you're struggling trying to reach for the pinky toe, here's the modification. Just come forward and rotate. Coming forward. Don't worry about the saw cutting off the pinky toe. We'll keep it on. All right, and again, to modify for the legs, you're just going to bend at the knee. and then coming down. Okay? This is going to help your flexibility, your posture, and I love the rotation for the midsection. All right, last one here. Coming down and release the arms, shoulders, bringing your legs back in. All right. We're going to go into, I say great introduction, but we're going to grab our weights now. We have yet to actually use our weights, of course, and this is the Pilates Strong. Now, typically Pilates don't always see weights in classes. This is what helps make my class a little bit more unique than a traditional standard Pilates class. I'm only going to use one weight, so I'm just going to lean back, and lean back is this next exercise. Who knew? I kind of didn't plan it that way. All right, so one weight here. Now remember in the beginning, we did our C spine. Well, now we're going to add weight to that C spine to make it more intense. So your weight is going to come out here, and we're going to lift. Okay, so let me break it down. So feet firmly onto the mat. You're sitting up nice and tall, shoulder blades back and down. Now from here, we're going to inhale, exhale, coming down, hold, inhale, exhale, we're coming up. All right, let's do it again. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lifting up. Now, if the weight is heavy in the arms, feel free to lose the weight and just go back to body weight strengthening. And coming up, inhale, exhale, lower, hold, inhale, exhale, coming back up. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, out through the mouth, exhale, inhale, exhale, coming up. Get those shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, rising up, releasing of your weight for this moment. In fact, I'm going to go into a nice little stretch here. Butterfly stretch, feet together. You're going to come down. This is a great release for the lower back. All right, we're not quite done with our weights yet. We're going to do one more rotation for the midsection with the weight. Now, typically, you may recognize this move. We're going to go into side twist, or what's called the Russian twist, right? So we need to reset the body. So brace, lift the chest, slight tension between our shoulder blades. This time the elbows are bent, and I'm going to hold it up fairly high. Now I'm going to lean back slightly. That's going to engage my abdominals. This is where we're going to hold the whole time, and then we're going to inhale, exhale, we're going to twist, and the weight's going to come into one side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Notice how slow and controlled this move is. To modify, I'm going to come up higher. And we're just more so working on the rotation. Less intense for the abdominals here. Okay. Down, inhale, exhale. Keep going here. Last 4. This is a tougher move. 3, 2, and 1. Now release, place the weight on the floor, bringing the knees together. We're going to go ahead and roll back in 3, 2, 1. Extend the arms, extend the legs over the head. If you take a deep breath in, if you didn't already do so, and stretch. All right, from here, we're going to bring the right knee in towards our chest. We're not quite done with our class yet. We're going to do another move here. This one is going to extend the leg. And I'm going to show you the movement first, and then I'll show you the modification. So you're actually going to go ahead and lift the head, neck, and shoulder up. Now watch here. We're going to switch our leg. Inhale, exhale. Go switch. Inhale, exhale, slight, bringing the knee in, Inhale, exhale. Now the modification, all it is, you're gonna bring the head down and you're doing a little bit of a switch here. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale. And keep going, whatever feels good for you, depending on your intensity. Pointing the toes. Tucking the neck, looking straight through the legs. These are one of more advanced moves here for Pilates. And last one here. Bring the knees together into the ball. 3, 2, 1. Head down, feet down. All right, how do we feel? Hopefully I got a good thumbs up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do a few stretches here and we're gonna call it a day, which is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my way out of the way. I guess we only needed the one. I apologize. Some of you may have insisted that you needed two, but I said you needed two, but we only needed one today. Every week is going to be slightly different, so keep that in mind. So both these are coming to one side. I'm going to take my one hand, press it onto my top leg. I'm going to rotate and look towards the rear so you get a full body twist. Coming back to center, we're going to do that same thing on the other side. Top leg down towards the mat, placing the hand a little bit of more intense pressure, looking towards the opposite direction. Back to center. All right, we're going to extend the left leg, right knees coming in. This move should look familiar. We did this in the warm-up. We're going to do some ankle circles here. And extending for a hamstring stretch. Again, this move looks familiar. We used it in our exercise that we just completed. All right, bending at the knee, placing it back onto the floor, switch legs, bring the knees slightly in ankle circles, both directions. And then we're going to go ahead and extend for a hamstring stretch. Bending at the knee. Now we're going to roll to our side just so we can push yourself up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, all the way up here. And remember that butterfly position? We're going to go ahead and do that again. So our feet are together. We're going to bring their feet forward and we're going to come down. All right, we're going to do a nice bending of the spine. One of my favorite things to do here. So you're going to place your forearm onto the mat, opposite arm up and over. Feel the stretch from underneath the arm all the way down to the hip. Coming back up, switching that position, forearm to the mat, coming down, feel a good stretch. We're going to go ahead and do the inner thigh. So a great way to modify the inner thigh is bringing one foot in to our leg, and then we're going to rotate and then coming down here. No need to worry about coming down all the way to the leg. We're going to take this slow and steady. Okay, and come up. We're going to switch legs. For those of you who want the intense of an inner thigh stretch, you can keep both legs out and just switch in that position coming down. All right, here is a great one for the hips. Let's see if she'll let me do this. So hip mobility, you're going to get your feet further away. I'm leaning back. Let's see what we can do here if I can change my position. You're leaning back slightly onto your hands. Your feet are further out. You're going to alternate bringing one knee in down toward the center. You're coming up and you're switching. There we go. Down, coming up, and then switch. So here it is from the front. So you can see a little bit better here. You're going to come down and then rise up and switch. From here, we're going to go right into a glute stretch. So we end about this way, right? So one leg is coming out. We're going to push that leg behind us, and I'm going to rotate so the chest comes right to the knee, and then we feel a stretch in our front leg, right near the glutes and up the leg. One of my favorite stretches to do is right there. Can you feel it? Okay, so we're in that position where we're doing those alternating for the hips, bringing our knee down. So if I were to do that on this side, I kind of end this way. I'm going to bring this leg back, rotate so the chest comes below to our knee, and stretch. And coming up, I'm just going to crisscross here. Feel free, whatever you like to do for your positioning. Shoulder rolls. Arms out to the side, thumbs back, lifting the chest. Deep breath in. And I'm going to go ahead and call that a class. Thank you so much for coming. Until next time, bye.